Hello, and welcome back to update video, I guess. And yeah, let's get right into it. Yeah, as always, we will start with a current running series or series that completed just a little while ago. And yeah, first up we have the Battle for Azeroth series, which is currently in the 80 on the 87th episode out of 210 episodes. So that series will go on a little while, and yeah, there's not much to talk about that aside from me having not recorded another episode for that since the release of 8.1. And maybe I will. It's not set in stone as of yet, but maybe I will continue to record stuff when when 8.1.5 hits. But there is not what's the word? There's not a date specified by now when that patch will hit, so who knows? And since the second raid, just hit a few weeks prior, I don't think 8.1.5 will be there soonish, so there won't be any more episodes of that be recorded. Well, even though they are still way over, or we are way below half of the episodes being released, so it will take more than a third of a year for basically the series to catch up to where I have recorded. So yeah, no worries about the series stopping soon. I have also begun to record the Horde part of Battle for Azeroth, but I'm currently quite, well, not quite, what's the right word? Stuck. I'm a bit stuck, is also not the right word. How do I say this? I basically I don't really have the energy to or the motivation to go back into WoW. I play it any other day and do the daily grind basically, because there is nothing interesting to do there, for me at least. So yeah, I don't know if I will ever release the Horde viewpoint of that thing, because it's in middle of something, but it did not conclude to a degree which I'm happy with. So the series is currently in an unfinished, obviously, and not really releasable state. And the game? Oh no, it didn't crash. Oh, okay. Yeah, that should be all for now. Oh no, right. I totally forgot about that part. I also had a while back started another World of Warcraft series, which was, or which is, it still exists, but it hasn't been released yet. Which is Iron Man Challenge 1, which I also started over half a year ago, but not very motivated to play that game. So yeah, nothing happening there. And yeah, not and we are basically at the point, or I'm basically at the point. I don't know if I'm going to continue that series, that challenge, that Iron Man challenge, or if I even going to continue that Horde side series. It's hard to say, but I will talk about that in a later part of this video. Next thing would be the Wednesday one vid a week thingy, which I did, and the original series was Hearthstone, basically, with the Tavern Brawl, which I made on Wednesdays and released on Wednesdays, basically, which I stopped at some point because I got so enraged with the game, while I was at the same time extremely bored by it. And yeah, I had to stop it at some point. I think, was it in the last update video? I think it was already done in the last update video. So I think I did stop at that point in time. And yeah, then I started the Diablo 2 pacifier series on the Wednesday slot, which is now over for quite some time, and I haven't continued it since then, since I haven't found a way to beat the size problem. So yeah, that's something I need to figure out in the future. So until that is done, I'm not going to continue the pacifier series, but I'm on and off thinking about doing a different kind of Diablo series, but I haven't found an interesting mode or playstyle, so to speak, to do another Diablo series. But maybe at some point I will figure something out which I personally find enjoyable. And yeah, you might say, but you didn't enjoy the pacifier playthrough. Well, maybe it didn't show well, not maybe, it didn't show in the videos much, but I highly enjoyed the pacifier playthrough. I basically I had a blast playing a pacifier paladin, but yeah, it absolutely didn't translate it into the videos well, because I had to concentrate so hardly. Can you say it in that way? Yeah, I had to concentrate basically on playing the game and not die every second step. So yeah, that's why it probably didn't show my euphoric. No, what's the right word? Well, basically the video doesn't represent it. They don't represent how I actually felt during playing well, it is a challenge to some point, so to some degree. So I'd say, yeah, I had a blast with that. I would maybe go with another try, maybe on a different class, but I need to figure out the logistics on that one, which also goes for a different series with a different kind of gimmick, basically. So yeah, I need to figure something out that gets me personally motivated to do something like that again, or not. So yeah, I can't make any promises of another Diablo series. I would love to do one, but at the current moment, that doesn't make any sense. At the moment, I don't have any plans or the motivation to do so, which would bring us, well, yeah, to future plans, of which I sadly have none. Actually, that's the harsh truth of it. And well, maybe I should talk about why that is. And the main reason is my current job, which I started nearly 8 months ago or so, give or take. And that job sucks basically every motivation or energy out of me. And when I come home from work, I'm totally depleted of any motivation or energy, that is, for that fact, that I can't even be bothered to playing games. It's gone that bad, well, bad in my opinion, that I aren't even motivated to play any games. I have a shit ton of not touched games, but yeah, there's absolutely no motivation to touch any of them, because I just want to sit down after work, chill out and relax, and that's a major problem if you want to make videos. That is, you can't just well well, I personally can't just do a video for a video's sake. I must basically enjoy it in order for me to, well, to make, well, good content is that's a subjective thing, but content I enjoy, and yeah, currently I'm not in the state because of the work to do so, which which is the main reason why I did not record a new video for like I don't even know. I need to check on that 1 second. Oh lord, it's been so long since I last recorded a video. Aside from this one, obviously. Um, YouTube, come on, load faster. The new studio on YouTube is quite slow. I don't know why that is. Let's go to classic view. The last video I recorded should be, yes, it was the BFA 8.1, and that was, when did that came out? 8.1, was it in December? Yes, it came out in December, but I recorded the story content in February. February this year. So, well, it's not that long, but it's not content I have released just yet. So I would say it's content I have not actually. Well, how do I say this? I'm missing the correct words. I want to say. So unreleased project for me is like, or I take it. No, not I take it. I handle it like a video I haven't recorded yet, if that makes any sense. Because an unfinished series for me often is like something I haven't recorded, because I don't want to start a series, put it out, and then never finish it, of which I have a few on my channel, and they are the bane of my existence. No, not really, but I feel really bad. One example for that would be that last Spore playthrough that I started, I don't know how many years ago, or that hack infection playthrough. Well, we did play through the story, but the main reason for that project was the 22.7K project, which I haven't touched in a while, is not right. I recently recorded a few more episodes on that, trying to get back into the game, but that was also 2 weeks ago, and since then I haven't touched it again, so much for that. I tried to revitalize my motivation for that project, but yeah, that didn't work out so well. So I'm quite frankly, I'm at a loss what to do, since I don't really have the motivation to start a new project. I had, or still have many ideas, or even projects where I started to record but I never finished. For example, there is a project from 2017, a project which was supposed to go live on my second channel, and the reason for that was because that project was basically a non-gaming project, and I don't want to basically risk my gaming channel for a non-gaming reason, basically. So yeah, well, I can name the project, because I'm currently still thinking about revitalizing that project. That was a project, if I remember correctly, about people misusing, or no, not misusing words, or don't use words in a way they're supposed to work. Um, what do I mean by that? I think words have a certain weight, and in my opinion, people use words with a certain weight in the wrong moment, or in, well, it most of the time is because of uh, an emotional reaction. But yeah, in that, or among those lines, I came to the idea asking a few YouTubers of different backgrounds, basically, if they think if people nowadays are too easy influenced emotional by words, and get easily offended by words and stuff like that, and how they seem about how they think about that. And yeah, I did get a few what's the word, replies, of course. Sadly, less than I expected. I sent out emails to around, how many? I don't want to think anything wrong here, but I think it was around 35 different YouTubers, and I got replies from 6 or 7. No, 7. It was below 10%. So yeah, yeah, I'm glad that a few of them did answer. I'm quite, well, I was a bit shocked how few of them even bothered to answer. And yeah, it was, that was the first nail in the coffin for me for that project, because I wanted to create diverse is such a problematic word nowadays that I don't even want to use it. Oh shit, a creeper, fuck. Yeah, so yeah, the problem with that one, now I have answers from a few YouTubers, but those are most likely very similar to my own, and that wouldn't make for a balanced video. So that is one of the reasons why I haven't released that vid in 2K17. And yeah, another reason was, if you or any of you think back to 2017, that year was a highly polarized year of the SJW bullshit and the PC culture, and creating a video basically aggravating those people would not have fared well for one of the first videos on my second channel, which would have a higher workload. So that was another reason why I didn't release it just yet. And I have not planned for it to be released as long as I haven't gotten more diverse answers, basically answers from people that don't share my viewpoint. Because let's face it, if you make some content like that, you need to be inclusive. That's another word we shouldn't throw around lightly. But yeah, you always need to show basically the viewpoints of all different types of people. But that's something I currently can't, because those people that would have been nice to bring some diversity into the video didn't even bother to answer. So yeah, nothing I can do about that. I maybe try to reach out to a few different YouTubers in the future to get that project rolling again, because it's always in the back of my head if I watch people like let's say Sid Alpha or It's a Gundam, for example, or any of those Red Pill YouTuber and stuff. It gets refreshed into my from the back end from from the back of my mind into, well, in the recent thoughts, or however you would say that. Um, yeah, so I never really and I never actually forgot about the video, but I want to make it balanced, and that's at the moment the hardest or the biggest hurdle for it, since I haven't found people willing to give their opinion on that have a different opinion than I have. So yeah, it's a bummer, I guess. And yeah, with that, we are basically at the end for this one. Since I don't have any current plans for new series, since I literally missing the motivation to play any games, um, at least in a manner in which you could make a series out of it. As I said while I was talking about the World of Warcraft stuff, I play it on and off, but that's not enough content to create a meaningful, or at least to me, meaningful video. So yeah, and playing, well, you could say I could make one-offs, maybe one video on a game or something like that. That is indeed an idea I have fought with. For example, at the beginning of the year, I made the maybe unwise choice to buy Fallout 76, my first Fallout game, that is. Oh, I can I can hear the people scream about that, and yeah, I did enjoy that game quite a bit, and at some point I wanted to make basically a review would be not the right word for it, but in a way it would be a review, because I would share my impression. Yeah, let's call it an impression video. At some point I wanted to make an impression video of it, because I think the negative hype train on this game was not 100% right, and well, as the name would imply, it was hype outrage, or a hype train, a negative hype train. So, but you shouldn't sugarcoat it, of course. That game wasn't that great. Yeah, but yeah, I was in the process of laying down the script, and if you know my content, I don't script shit. Everything is created in the spur of the moment. But I had, or I used several days of thinking, and what stuff I wanted to talk about, and yeah, what wanted I to show, and stuff like that. So I had a rough outline for that video, but I never got motivated enough to actually go for it and record the footage for it, which goes back to the problem that I currently have absolutely no consistent, would you put that in there, my motivation to play a certain game a certain amount of time to record stuff. This is update video, for example, I have to force myself to do it, since I've been putting it off since Diablo 2 series concluded, and yeah, I really had to force it to start the recording software and get into it, because I'm totally well, not motivated currently to do anything on YouTube, especially with the recent outrage. I wouldn't go so far, but with the recent troubles, YouTube started by themselves again. And if you didn't heard, yeah, in the future, or I think it's already live, videos are, or video comments are now liable for flagging your videos as, well, first what's the word, advertisement friendly. So if someone says some outrageous things like burn all Jews or something like that, you not only your video can get demonetized, your entire channel could demonetized and even receive strikes, which is absolutely crazy, I think, because you can't control can't control what people say or think, for that matter. Yeah, but there surely will be people who will abuse that new. Well, I don't even know if they do it via. Well, they must do it via some AI or something, because it's impossible to watch all comments in real time to check if someone said some bullshit. So yeah, you can get your channel destroyed basically by a third party, which you don't even know or had any interaction with. And that's also one of the things which were a part of me not being able or being motivated to record anything new. Since it only needs one idiot for countless channels to be destroyed, so without a valid reason even. And getting your channel back as a non-existent YouTuber like myself, I would categorize myself as such. You stand literally to I would say to no chance to getting your channel back once it gets flagged in such a manner. And you just can't go out onto the cry, I was flagged and blah blah blah. You won't get your channel back if you as shitty and as small as I am, which is a sad truth, but you have to accept, or I have to accept that. And yeah, that's one of the things which, well, yeah, I need to calm down. It doesn't help anyone if I get ragey on an information video on my own channel. That's not who I am, and not well, not what I want to portray. That I'm a ragey person. No, that's not who I am. So I need to calm down. Yeah. So yeah, where do I want to go with this gaming channel, or with my second channel, which is basically even deader than my gaming channel? I don't actually know, unless I have some great idea which at least revitalize my gaming channel, or some creative idea I could release on my second non-gaming channel. I don't know. I actually don't know what my future holds here on YouTube, or on on the social media platforms, that is Twitter, for example, which some of you may not know, but you can't directly link your YouTube videos anymore when you release them. You now need to manually go to Twitter and release them there by linking the videos on Twitter, which was a change. I think I missed the memo, but at some point last year in December, I think there was a memo about that, that they will that they will disable that feature, which I can understand them, and the main reason for that was, I think, because they don't want people to link to other social media platforms from YouTube to other social media platforms, because there are, I don't know, enemies of some kind, but there is no Twitch maybe, but if you ask me, Twitch is in no way competition to YouTube, because Twitch is a streaming site and YouTube is not really. It has a streaming feature, but those don't even compete. That's no comparison there. So yeah, those are two different. Well, maybe those are two apples, but they are two varieties of apples and not really the same. Excuse me, yeah. Yeah, and I'm just recognized I'm rambling about stuff and totally lost the plot because I don't script my shit. Which should be maybe a thing I should do in the future, maybe to improve my channel in the hope to, well, garner some actual viewers. Mm, who knows? Who knows? But yeah, let's that let's that first think, formulate the sentence in your head, and then speak. Yeah, let's wrap this up. But first, let me get back into my dirt hovel so I can park my character safely, which I just created for this video. Okay, let's quit this stuff, and yeah, let's have a look before we head off how my channel page looks like. If I hello, there you are, and yeah, maybe some of you has oh, there's something happening. I didn't even recognize that. There's some explosion happening there. I don't know which videos those are, but yeah. Yeah, if you have any ideas or interest in series I should do data, tell me that. You can reach me on Twitter, of course, which is linked in every video in the information, of course. As you can see here, snuff underscore for the win. Well, I should rename myself in for the lose because I'm only losing on YouTube. Maybe you have some ideas for a YouTube project I could do. Maybe some project which either forces me to continue the project, maybe a collab of some sort, or a short comment, a short series, maybe 10 episodes or one or stuff like that. If you have any ideas, let me know. Or if I should revisit something like my Mass Effect series, for example, where I played, for example, Mass Effect 1 on the highest difficulty in a certain way, or something like that. If you have any, well, ideas or suggestions, I'm open for anything currently, as I'm, well, I need some motivation or some force that whips me into motion, basically. Yeah. Other than that, I thank you for watching, and until next time, have a good one. Bye.